Yo, there we go. Okay, welcome, welcome, welcome. I was moving some things around so I could see the chat and stuff what people type. So we got stuff on top of stuff. There we go. Now we can see. We need to see if the video is good. Ooh, we streaming at some low bites tonight. No drop frames though. No drop frames. Ooh. Ah, I don't know if we're gonna have the numbers for streaming tonight. Ooh, we're gonna stop the stream for a second. We're gonna stop the stream because we are experiencing some technical difficulties right now, and we are actually pretty low in frame rate. So I don't know how well the stream is gonna go. We are experiencing some technical difficulties right now. It seems to be that the stream is coming through clear, though. I'm not. I mean, as long as the stream comes through clear, we'll keep going. Anyway, welcome to AB3 Anime. We are talking anime expo questions. We're gonna go over some Reddit stuff and check out some of this hotel stuff. A lot of people don't even know what the anime expo hotels look like, so we might actually get into a little bit of what the hotel looks like so that everyone can kind of have an idea of what they're looking at. So, thank you for moving some stuff around on the screen. What up, Tekken Blading? Welcome, welcome. If you guys are wondering why I'm moving so slow, is I'm getting warning messages on my stream right now. So we're trying to see the best course of action for fixing this right now. It looks like we're getting back to normal. So what's up? I'm gonna just keep talking and I'll look at you guys' comments and stuff and go from there because that's all that matters right now. So as long as you guys are good, we gonna keep pushing. Anyway, first of all, we're gonna do this in reverse order. We're gonna get the Reddit questions out the way, and then we're gonna get into all the good stuff. Because a lot of people have been wondering which hotel they should go to. So we're gonna actually take a look at each Anime Expo hotel, show you where it's at, give you some positives and negatives of each hotel, and go from there. My face is really bright right now. We might need to fix that too. Hold on. Where's this click? All right, hold on. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Took away some of my skin color for a second. I was like, what is happening? Anyway, we might go to the cool yellow. Yeah, let's stick with the yellow tonight. Screen is super bright in front of me. One of the most useful. Oh, bro, I appreciate that, man. You know what's crazy? I told this story on like a video some whiles ago, but like I do these types of video because I wanted to go to Anime Expo. So I know you might be new to my channel, but bro, we're on the East Coast. Ain't no videos about what like how to do the Anime Expo stuff. Like, because I'm traveling across the country. Like, I gotta go as far west as possible. And I literally live as far east as possible. Like, bro, I can throw a rock and hit the ocean. So there was no videos about like just like, yo, this is how you get to the airport. Make sure you got this Uber straight. This is where this is at downtown. This is where food is at. Shit existed, bro. So I'm like, cool. I will document how hard it was for me so that it can help people. So now every year we do this. So I appreciate you saying that. Anyway, we gonna get into the questions that are on the YouTube channel real quick. So this is some every year for you guys who don't know, we go through the Reddit questions periodically. Now, some of these are the same and some may be new. All right, so there's actually only one new one, which actually helps us. It helps me get into what I wanted to get into in the first place. Masquerade copyright rules. If you want to make a video as part of your Masquerade submission and all footage is original and not copyright, are you allowed to use background music slash dialogue from the show or game you're cosplaying? Anyone with experience with it being allowed or not? Um, I wouldn't worry about the music. I would be more concerned about the copyright dialogue because they know you're going to use a lot of music from the anime that you're masquerading, but I don't know about the dialogue. The dialogue I'd be kind of sketchy about personally. I'd worry about that. Anyway, that was the only question up here. So the next big thing we're gonna talk about is your boy be making predictions and predictions becoming true. Okay, let's just be real. Your boy predicted the Anime Expo would hold the pattern and release the hotel block the same day. They held the pattern and released the hotel block the same day. You feel me? So the hotel block literally drops at 1 p.m. the same day. So tickets go on sale at 12. Hotel block opens at 1. You need to have a ticket to register for the hotel. You have to. There's a spot on the hotel registration for your ticket registration number. You have to have that to book your hotel. So make sure you get your ticket first. It may take a while to get your ticket. Quote me on this. I'm not joking. I loaded in to get my ticket at 12 o'clock. I was number 3,000 in the queue. I thought that was a joke or I was looking at something wrong because it wasn't really moving. I hit refresh. I was number 8,000. And it took me 20 minutes, fam, to get that ticket straight. Do you cosplay much? What year? First convention, my house to the only 5 have cosplay since 2023. Nice to go walk around. I don't cosplay at all. So Eric, my brother, who's also on the YouTube channel, cosplays a lot. I don't cosplay at all. I think a lot of people get anime conventions and conventions in general mixed up with that. A lot of people think you have to cosplay. You don't have to cosplay. As you can tell, you can just walk around in regular clothes. Don't get me wrong, I be animated, bro. I'm always wearing some Japanese shit from somewhere. I don't know. It's like I'm legit. I'm just always wearing something. All right. So I do wear tons of anime stuff, tons of like I don't know what is this Japanese streetwear shit. So like tons of streetwear shit. Like that's the kind of stuff I like to wear. So I'm always wearing something like that, but I don't cosplay at all. My first convention was dude, 2009, 10, something like that. No, you know what? It was later. It was because I went to Anime Expo like 2 years after. So I want to say 2015 was my first like convention. Like I was really big into anime and stuff, but I didn't go to any conventions. My brother took me to NecoCon. So shout out to Eric. Eric took me to NecoCon in Virginia, and it was the first time I had been in a convention. And It was the first time I actually felt like it was a place where everyone kind of understood what I liked. You know what I mean? Like the dopest part about conventions we go to and anime conventions is like everyone kind of gets it. Everyone gets it. Like they understand why you like the characters. They understand why you like the culture, the foods. Like everyone else there likes these things too, so it's a cool environment to be in because it's the one place you could literally run up a conversation and be like, "Yo, they should have rewrote Aizen's character because he would have been a goat." And someone else will go, "You damn right, he's the best character in Bleach." And that's the kind of conversation that will start. Like, and everyone gets it. It'll be a in-depth conversation, but everyone gets it. And we all understand that Griffith should not exist. It should be somewhere buried, never to be seen. Yo, first of all, I had this conversation with someone at we just left Animate Raleigh. Dude, if you are a cosplayer, if you cosplay Griffith, something is mentally wrong with you and you need help. Okay. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna get off that. But you need help if you cosplay this character. um, so Hotel Block opens on the 21st at 1 p.m. Very important. Make sure everyone's there for that. I'm not joking. Get in line at 12 to get your ticket. It took me no bullshit 20 minutes to get my ticket. And I'm not talking about me refreshing. I was in the queue for 20 minutes to get a ticket. That's the kind of foot traffic they have. At 12 o'clock, I was number 3,000. Put that in perspective for how many people are trying to book hotel rooms. At 12 o'clock, I was number 3,000. So at 1 p.m., there's an insane amount of people trying to book rooms. So just be aware of that. Just be looking for that. Um, but now that we've gotten that out the way, we're gonna go take a look at the important stuff. Which hotel you should pick and why? There are many hotel for Anime Expo. For those of you who have not been there before, let me break down how this works. Because I'm gonna pull up a map too. All right, just so you guys know what it looks like. All right, so Anime Expo is in downtown LA, literally next to the. It's held at the Los Angeles Convention Center. It is next to the Crypto Arena. So we're talking about where the Lakers play. Like the big arena is right there as well. They're directly beside each other. When I say we're in downtown LA, I don't mean like we're like right here and the rest of the stuff's over there. No, you see these big ass, tall ass buildings? Bitch, we're right in the middle of this. Okay. So we're right here in the middle of the big buildings. All right. So where you stay for Anime Expo is very crucial because a lot of Anime Expo is walking. The convention center is really big. The outside of the convention center is really big. The major panels are held at a hotel separate from the convention center. Don't get me wrong, they used to do a lot of the major panels in the convention, but spacing wise, it made more sense to do them at a hotel close by. So major panels have to walk to that hotel to attend. So proximity for this convention really matters. Don't let anyone tell you that shit don't matter. I'm hoping to get a room, bro. That's what we here for. The channel is literally here to try to help you get a room. All right. So I try to help you guys get situated. With that being said, we're gonna take a look at some of the rooms. P.S. They announced a guest of honor for Anime Expo, by the way, before we get too far on there. I think they announced it on their X page, maybe. Guest of honor. Ah, Peach Pit from Rosen. They did the Rosen manga. So they're the guest of honor this year. One of them. AX usually has like 10 or 12 of them. The guest of honor actually have their own floor for autographs. For you guys who don't know, there's like an autograph section, and then there's another section of guest of honor autographs, completely different areas. Um, so proximity actually matters for this convention. This is the convention center, this whole thing right here. And each one of these Anime Expo hotels list how far they are from the convention center. That's why this is important. You don't want to stay somewhere that's 15 miles from the convention center. The reason you don't want to stay 15 miles from the convention center isn't just that, oh, I don't want to like be, 15 miles away. You shouldn't want to be 15 miles away, but it's more for travel. Downtown LA is where this con is at, which means to get there, you may have to get on the highway, fight LA traffic. Depending on what time of day it is, that could be absolutely horrible. Okay. I even have to like factor in how early I leave for the airport because of LA traffic. It's just something you have to deal with. Um, so off that, we're not going to look at any hotel that is more than 2 miles away from the convention center. It's no disrespect to any of you other hotels, but I want you guys to book the best hotels possible. So we're only going to look at the best hotels possible. Um, Courtyard by Marriott. Now, we're going to talk about this in the residence at the same time. The courtyard and the residence share a building. Okay. They're literally side by side. When you go into this hotel room, into this hotel area, you go to the right to go to the residence. When you go up the elevator. The right side of the hotel takes you to the residence. The left side of the hotel takes you to the courtyard. Two very different room styles. The courtyard's rooms are just beds. So you have a king bed, you have two double beds. The residence side is a mini apartment. You get the bed, living room area, kitchen area. It's literally like a residence. It's a little apartment that you can have, like a studio. So that's what the residence hotel's like. These two hotels are literally in the same building. They are literally the top three, part of the top three hotels. And two of them are in the same building. Why? The convention center is here. Courtyard is right here. Okay. They're super close. You don't have to do anything weird to get there. You cross this street, you're in the LA Live area. You never have to get back on the road again. You can walk right through LA Live all the way to the convention center. And there's no problem. There's an entrance here, there's an entrance here, there's an entrance under here, there's an entrance at the front. It's a lot easier to get to this convention from that hotel. So they are part of the top three hotels that people go for. Next, we have none of these. Again, I'm not going to look at anything under, if it's not 2 miles or less. And the ones that we do see, we can revisit, but we're mainly here to get the best hotel for you guys. 15 miles is crazy. I remember I went to Akon, stayed at a hotel 3 miles away. I thought 3 miles wasn't bad. Took 30 minutes daily. Dude, people have to remember that Anime Expo draws 100,000 people that weekend. All the Ubers, all the lifts, the taxis, the buses, all these things are being used at the same time. Like, it is very expensive because 100,000 of us are going to be in one area downtown for the weekend. That's not including the people who work there. That's not including the vendors or the food area. None of that stuff. It's just 100,000 attendees going to this convention. So time is everything when you're talking about this hotel and how to move around. I wouldn't worry. I could not stay more than, dude, I don't even want to stay a mile away. Let me just be real. I got a group in place. We not even trying to stay a mile away. We trying to stay right there. Um, Residence Inn we just went over. Again, it's connected to the courtyard. East Central. East Central is slept on. Okay. East Central is always the hotel that gets missed out on because people don't actually know where it's at. Okay. They see the point 4 miles, but they don't know exactly where East Central is. Technically speaking, East Central is arguably literally straight line format. It's not closer than the courtyard, but when you're actually there, East Central almost feels closer to the courtyard. East Central is right here. Okay. Again, cross the crosswalk here in LA Live. You go this way, walk right here, cross over, convention center. That's why East Central is on the top of this list. Most people forget about East Central though, okay? That's me trying to give you guys just an inside trade secret. Like East Central's not a bad backup for anybody. It is a very close hotel. It's very easy to get to. If I'm not mistaken, you walk about 3 blocks behind it, and there's a dispensary there too. If you about that life, I'm just saying, it's a dispensary like 3 blocks behind East Central Hotel. Um, Not that I would know. I just I just know maps. Maps. So the hotel's like right there. Stay on the main hotels now. Right. Yeah, you have to, dude. You have to stay at the main ones. You just have to. So that's where East Central is. East Central is not a bad backup if that's the way you have to go. Um, we're going through the really close ones right now. There are more, and there are close hotels in here, but again, we're going for the best of the best. Me personally, the next couple are really they're the ones you try to shoot for. Personally, I don't know how well it works because everyone shoots for them. First off, we have the Moxie. Now, people are still getting used to the AC and the Moxie. These two hotels share the same building, as you can see in the sign. Their styles are vastly different, though. The Moxie is more of a Texas Western style. The AC is probably more of a futuristic contemporary style. So they're very different inside. And the bathroom setup in AC is really weird. Like, there's no roof in the bathroom. I don't know why. It just doesn't exist. It's just weird. It's just weird. But the AC and the Moxie, we pull out our map again. They're directly across from the convention center, like directly across. The only thing though, the AC hotel, it's a little weird getting in and out of the AC. You have to first of all, there's no front entrance or exit. You can't go through the front of the building here to get in and out. You have to walk all the way around down the side to the back of the hotel to get in and out of this hotel. And then once you do that, you go into the hotel, you go up to like the 22nd, 23rd floor or something like that. Um, and that's where the lobby is. It's all the way at the top of the hotel. You get off, you check in, you do everything. Has an excellent view, nice rooftop area bar. It's really cool. You go back to a second elevator inside the building that then takes you down the hotel to your actual room. Weird, but that's how the AC hotel works. The Moxie is a little different. They have a door on the side of the building you go into, and you go up the escalator and elevator, well, up the elevator that way. So this is an excellent hotel. The only downside of this is the way the convention is set up, and I don't expect this to change at all. There's no entrance right here for the convention. Okay. So you still have to go this way and around to get in, or you have to go over here and around to get in. But this is a very proximity close hotel, but it's definitely more expensive. Out of all the hotels, these are getting more into the more expensive range, your average hotel is going to run you 225 to 230. These hotels are going to run you about 240 to 250. So that is the Moxie. And AC, as you can see, is 250 a night. But look at the view though, bro. You know, sometimes you could just sit right here in the bottom of this floor and just hang out for some reason. Look at the view. Enjoy the mountains in the background. It's nice. It's a nice hotel. I'm not gonna hate. I would not complain if I ended up having to stay there again. It was really nice. Now, the other one that we skipped over, we skipped it for a reason. This hotel is the most wanted Anime Expo hotel. It is, it's literally the Anime Expo hotel. So it's so hard to get because everyone knows it's the hotel. The reason people want to stay there, one, again, proximity. JW Marriott's right here. JW Marriott is in LA Live. It is a part of LA Live. So you can walk all the way through here to the convention center, no problem. You never have to touch the road. The entire con, you would never have to touch the road. You can just walk in the back areas of the convention center and just be good. Um, the other reason people want to stay here, and the reason it's so hard to get, I told you guys that Anime Expo stopped showing the major panels in their convention center. They started showing them all at the JW Marriott. Before they would only show like a couple of the panel things at JW Marriott. Now all the major panels are in the platinum and diamond halls. In the platinum room, I think it was the platinum rooms last year, and the platinum rooms at the JW Marriott. They're all there. Dan was there. Damashi was there. Solo leveling was there. Um, all the new isekais were there. They do all the major panel premieres now in the JW Marriott. So if you're hanging out in the convention center, at some point, if you're trying to see a world premiere, you end up in the JW Marriott anyway. So a lot of people shoot for the Marriott because one is connected to LA Live, where you can get all these food places, there's a movie theater, everything's right here. And also all the panels, the major panels are done in the JW Marriott. Like it's a win-win when you stay at that hotel. In all honesty, if you're someone who's just there for premieres and panels, you don't really have to leave the JW Marriott. You can literally stay at the Marriott, go up to the diamond and platinum room for panels, and then go back to your room and chill till it's time to go to the next panel. It's not like if you're a gamer, that's like perfect. You go game, you hop out, you go to the panel, you go back and game. It's not, it's a good setup. It is a super popular hotel. But because of this, it is the hardest hotel to get. When I say that the JW Marriott is the hardest hotel to get, I am not joking. This hotel sells out in less than a minute. In less than a minute, this hotel can sell out and there will be no rooms. Now, if you're one of the few that are lucky enough to get in, great setup. Just remember though, ain't no microwave at the JW Marriott. So just if you got to tell them something bad about every hotel. There's no microwave at the JW Marriott, okay? Yeah, but it's really all I got. It's not a bad hotel. It's such a good hotel. It's hard to like. There's no real downside to staying in the Marriott. Um, man, they're dope too. They'll even hold your luggage for you if you like. You're staying there and you're checking out on Sunday, but you're going to the convention because your flight's later. They got a little area that'll hold your luggage for you. All that stuff, man. It's just it's solid. It's solid. I can't lie. I would love to stay at the JW Marriott. I'm not gonna joke. I think my group is definitely interested in it. Okay, there's a couple hotels we're interested in, but I think a lot of people are definitely interested in JW Marriott. But it's so hard. It is so hard to get into any close hotel. Any hotel that is less than half a mile away, it is really hard to get into. Except the Indigo. The Indigo is exactly half a mile away. Now, I've never personally stayed at the Indigo, but I do know it is here. That's what I thought. So the courtyard is here. The Indigo is at the end of the next block. The Indigo is, how do I say this politely? Indigo is a really good hotel. It's still really close, and it's a lot easier to book. But if I'm going to spend that kind of money, I want to be as close as I can be. And that's just me personally. I just want to be, if I'm spending the same amount of money, because the Indigo is 244. It's the same price as all the rest of these, okay? And that's not me hating on the Indigo. Indigo's a really nice hotel, as you guys can see from the picture. But if I gotta spend the same amount of money, bro, I'm trying to be right in here. So that gives me personally one, two, three, four, five, six. Figueroa, I don't know enough about it, but apparently a lot of people are saying that it is vastly improved. I know there's more than one Figueroa, and it looks like they remodeled this one. The rooms look solid. The rooms look solid. I'm not saying I would do it, but I got about six. The reason you guys didn't hear me say seven is because there's one more hotel connected to the JW Marriott. As you see the JW Marriott right here, really cool and all. There's another building right here that goes up a little bit more. But the price on that hotel and why it sells a little slower and isn't as easy, fam, the Ritz Carlton is 391. Okay. And from what I understand, I've not stayed there. So don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to sugarcoat thing. I'm just telling you what other people tell me. While the Ritz Carlton is very nice, it is a bit dated because it is a real Ritz Carlton. They are more of your classic luxury style, not modern luxury. So a lot of their stuff is outdated. They're not big tech areas. Um, it does look nice. Your bed sheets and everything will be top tier, but you're not gonna get a lot of that modern style stuff that you're used to when you stay at the Ritz. And that's no disrespect to the Ritz. Just, you know, that price, 390, 400 a night, damn. You can almost book a room right now for 400 a night, and it ain't gonna be like that. I can show you a room right now that you could book for $500 for 5 days. But they got window AC units, and that ain't cool for any hotel. Window AC units on a hotel is wild in 2025. So those of you guys wondering, this is actually Sprite. Um, I don't drink alcohol, so never see me on screen with something like that. Um, but those are the closest hotels. The only positive about going to a further out hotel is they're easier to book. Beyond them being easier to book, there's no true benefit of staying at a further hotel. There's just not. Not even the cost. The cost is going to be slightly cheaper if you stay at a further hotel, but it's not overwhelming enough that it makes that much of a difference. Now, if you're talking about staying 15 or 16 miles out, yeah. But if you're talking about 8 or 9 miles, this is 204. Bro, the other one's 224 and 225. This is 222. Bro, is $18 worth 9 miles? Let's just be real. Is $18 worth being 9 miles out? Nah. Shout out to AB3 Gaming in the chat. because AB3 Gaming will be live streaming on this bitch soon. He's working on getting his stuff together so he can do some live streams for y'all when I'm not live streaming. Um, yeah, $18 is not worth 9 miles. It's not. It is not worth it, dude. Now, okay, say you stay at this hotel. Nice room, no, not hating on the room. You stay at this hotel. You have to spend exactly, Tekken. The Uber cost, you Uber to this hotel. You're talking about probably $20, right? $20, $30 to go 9 miles in LA out of nowhere. It's probably $20, $30. So $20 minimum to go to the convention center there, $20 to go back. So you're $40 a day to go back and forth to the con. If you want to go twice that day, you're at $80 a day. Okay? To go back and forth to the con twice a day. And still you have to fight traffic because there's no way to get to downtown without going on the highway. And the highway gets backed up with traffic. Sketchy traffic at that. Some drivers are a little you know. Right now and then you get a driver that sings to you at 6 in the morning too. Don't ask me why my man was singing, but he'll sing to you. It's weird, but it happened. Our Uber driver decided to sing to us at 6 in the morning. Yeah. Um and sometimes you'll drive by, you'll see some weird stuff on the benches too. Be some weird people out there. That's all I'm gonna say. But you're talking about $80 a day if you're driving back and forth to this convention twice a day. If you drive your own car, now you have to pay for parking in downtown LA, which is about $25 to $30 a day, depending on where you're parking at. So, are you really saving money if you're having to pay for parking? You're having to pay for Ubers back and forth. You're fighting traffic just to get there so you can be on time for that panel that you want to go to. It's like, yeah, dude, Eric, it was insane. It was 6 in the morning. I don't even think it was 6. I think we went to the airport at like 5:30. It's crazy. Um, but it's not worth the difference. It's just not. It's not worth doing it, fam. It's just not worth it. So don't do this. Don't be this far out. The basis for travel for Anime Expo is the shuttle. So I usually don't do this. I can't lie. I don't know if the schedule will be up. But if it is, we'll take a look real quick and I'll show you guys how the shuttle system kind of works. Don't know for sure if we'll be able to see it, but we're going to take a look real quick. Transportation, shuttle service. Hey, okay. So I normally don't do this on the channel, but for further out hotels, it's something you should be aware of. This is the Anime Expo schedule for shuttle service. Anime Expo runs a 24-hour shuttle service for the convention because Anime Expo is a 24-hour convention. There's something going on at all times, like something's happening. So it is a 24-hour shuttle service. Um, as you guys can see, all but the last day, 7 a.m. to 7 a.m. So it's a 24-hour shuttle service that they run from hotel to hotel. And it all goes to the con. They'll pick you up, take you to the con, take you back. Frequency. This is very specific. Every 20 to 60 minutes. Why does that matter? Because on day one specifically, and me and Eric didn't even think about this until we were doing the vlog we did for Anime Expo. If you're taking a shuttle to the con on day one, everyone's at that hotel is taking a shuttle. Everyone at the next hotel and the next hotel and the next. Those shuttles are so filled the first day that I don't know how it's possible to do it every 20 minutes thing because they have to fill it up with so many people. And the more the shuttle is filled, the longer it takes for you to get on. So while that may say every 20 minutes, it says every up to every 60 minutes too, because they know that day one, day two, day three, at some point in the middle of the day, the shuttles are going to have to deal with traffic too. We're in downtown LA. They have to also deal with traffic. They have to deal with how many people have filled up seats on the bus. All these things matter when you're talking about moving around downtown LA. But they have shuttle services. If you are within, I think it's half a mile, there is no shuttle service. You have to just walk to the con. And then this list is very straightforward. It tells you who has to walk, it tells you where you'll get picked up at. Like you see, AC Hotel, you're directly across the street. You're walking to the con. Citizen M, you walk to the car with that hotel and you get picked up at the curbside on Hill Street. They won't pick you up in front of the car at the hotel. You get picked up on the curb. Um, and they also don't pick you up at Citizen M. You go to this hotel, and that's where you get picked up from. When you come back, they drop you off at this hotel, and you walk over to your hotel. That's how these things work. These pickup spots are literally where you get picked up. And if you go back, they're where you get dropped off. Okay. And they list all the hotels and they tell you if you're walking, and that's also a big important difference. The ones that say walk are all less than half a mile. They're half a mile less. And Anime Expo is like, you gonna walk that. It also lets you know which hotels are the closest because the closest ones all say walk. Um, please call at least 60 minutes in advance for shuttle information if you need it. Last bus leaves from hotel 30 minutes prior to end time with no return service, and that's due to weather. So, I mean, that's just how the shuttle will work. I would not want to stay at a further hotel and then have to shuttle my way into the hotel. Um, parking. Here we go. Here we go. Parking is available at the convention center, LA Live, and at nearby operated lots. Parking on private lots will cost an estimated of $10 to $30 per day. Okay. Parking availability tool tells you how many spaces are probably available at each parking lot. Now, West Garage is on the back entrance. We happen to see that as we were looking for our entrance. $30, $30, $30. Are you really saving money if you're driving in from further out, if you're still paying that extra $30? So if you're staying somewhere and it was 180, but now you got to pay $30 on top of that parking every single day, you're paying 210 a day. Are you really saving any kind of money? Like, what are you saving? $12? It's $12. $12 is not worth it, man. Just get a close enough hotel you can walk over. LA Live is $40 if you try to park in their parking garage. But it's just there's so many ways to save money. But the first way to save money is you spend a little bit more to be closer. If you spend a little bit more to be closer, you save a little bit of money, fam. That's just me being real. If you spend a little bit more to be closer up front, you will save a little bit of money. Now, since we're talking about hotels, I'm gonna show you guys something that they don't never tell anybody, and that is the hotel deposits. Because when you're planning for your hotel, you need to make sure that you also have deposit money. Because the list that Anime Expo is going to give you is going to have the block of hotels. You book your hotel room. It's not going to tell you the cost plus deposit. It's just going to tell you the cost of the room, which is accurate. The prices they give you are very accurate. What they're not going to tell you is the pricing of the room, including the deposit. So if you come here, first of all, this is where AX lists their booking policy. This is for last year's con. Um, Let me read you guys this bullshit that don't make sense and what it just never works out right. It says specifically here, room night reservation requirements. Due to the high demand for some of our participating hotels, reservations must be for a 3-night minimum. That means arrivals must be any 3 consecutive nights from Wednesday to Sunday. Hotels affected by these reservation requirements include, and here are the close hotels. So why is it that you can't book a Friday, fam? Okay? Can't book a Saturday. This stupid. Anyway, we're going to go down here to this. These are two things that are very important. We are booking our rooms on January 21st. You have until March 31st to cancel your room, or you will be charged $100 fee per room. Now, it says per room because sometimes you can book a second room for someone else, but you have to use their reservation number. It cannot be under your reservation. Your reservation number is only allowed to get you one room. One room per name. Individuals cannot book multiple rooms under the same name. Multiple rooms can be booked under the same credit card, but under a different name. Anyone found to have multiple rooms in his or her name will have all but the first reservation canceled without notice. In other words, bitch, we not gonna call you. We just gonna cancel it. So don't try to be smart and just put 8 rooms under your name. It don't work that way. And if you put one under your friend's name, but your friend does not have an Anime Expo registration number, they'll cancel that room too. So get your own registration number, book your own room. It is cool to know that you can book more than one room though, as long as you have a separate name and a separate registration number. But again, it's hard enough to get one room, let alone put in. I can't imagine like going in and clicking that you want 2 rooms and then you don't get the room because they only had the one, but they told you they didn't couldn't do it because you needed two. No, so yeah. I like my friends. I like my brother, but man, it's every man for himself on that day. January 21st, it's every man for himself. Okay. That's just being real. I got friends that are going, I don't care. You better figure it out. All right. So this is the list Anime Expo doesn't send people. You only see this list if you go through the booking policy, which I'm such a nerd. I go through some of this stuff because I want to know everything I have to pay for before I go because I'm cheap. Okay. Need to know how much money I need before I get there. This is the what the hotel offers guide, basically. Okay. The top of this, it tells you how many people can be in the room, how far they are, is there a shuttle, is there a wristband policy. I forgot to mention that some of your hotels have wristband policies. In other words, unless you are wearing that wristband, you can't go up the elevator to that hotel room. So some hotels are like that. And a lot of the hotels anyway, they had the cards. You can't go up and down in the elevator without the card at a lot of these hotels now. So just remember that for you guys who are trying to sneak 8 people in your room and they only give you 2 cards. Okay. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm not telling you not to do it. I was just saying if you try to sneak 8 people into your room, all 8 of you guys can't get cards. And that means at some point, somebody's going to be looking for somebody else to go up the elevator. All right. So check-in times. Are check-in times important? Yes. Um, Genuinely speaking, from my understanding at a lot of these hotels, If you show up at noon or later because your flight is around that time, genuinely a lot of the hotels will get you checked in. If you show up at 9 or 10 in the morning, genuinely a lot of the hotels are going to have trouble checking you in. They may actually tell you to come back later and check in after a certain time. Or they'll tell you we'll call you when they have a room available for you. So, rule of thumb, if you're trying to get situated in LA, personally, we like to show up somewhere between 10:30 and 11, because one, once you land at 11, it takes like 15 minutes to get off the plane, give or take 10 to 15. Then it takes another 10 to 15 minutes to get through the airport to get your luggage and stuff like that. Then it takes another 10 to 15 minutes to get your luggage. So from the time you land to the time you've gotten your luggage, 30 to 45 minutes have passed. And now you're calling to get a ride, which at the LA airport, you have to go to another area to be picked up for your ride. I think it's a different floor you have to be on to get picked. No, you actually, they drop you off at a whole nother area, I think. I can't remember. It's been a little while. I can't remember. But I think they drop you off at another area and then you catch the ride from there. Um, but the biggest thing I wanted to show you guys is this right here. Excessive cleaning deposits. These are deposits that you have to pay when you check into the hotel. You see how some of these bitches say none? Excessive cleaning deposit at check-in. AC hotel. None. It's just $125 a night. Let me repeat that. It says there's no deposit at the AC hotel. It is $125 per night as the deposit. Same thing with the courtyard. It's 250. It is actually 400. It's $125 a night. Same thing with a lot of these hotels. They're over $100 deposit per night. Just wanted to show you guys that. I don't mean to cut the stream short, but I'm starting to get a little headache. So we're gonna reconvene tomorrow and redo this again tomorrow. Not tomorrow, I'm sorry, Monday. Eric will be streaming Saturday though. So you guys check that out. It would be his first gaming stream on the channel. So check it out, support Eric. I'll be on Monday. That gives us time to get more questions ready and things to check out. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see